Morning, this is Mr. Willie, West Virginia, and this is take two because my volume was down again. You must understand, at night I turned my volume off. I turn my volume off in a lot of places, in churches and places where I got to meet with people. I turn the volume off and I always forget to turn it back up. So when I go to record, it's not up, and I made a recording with no volume. Today's the 12th of June, and it says, Those who fear the Lord are secure. He will be a refuge for their children. It's Proverbs. Um, what I wanted to share with you all this morning was what's next. For many of us, we get frustrated, we get confused, we get overwhelmed, and we don't know what the next step is in life. I mean, I transitioned from the workforce 2 years ago, and I've been kind of trying to walk this thing out, but I honestly didn't know what was the next step, and I've been kind of waiting on the Lord. Moses pretty much was a part of the Egyptian culture for till he was like 40, I believe. And then he killed a man, had to flee Egypt, go to the desert, and for another 40 years, he just kind of sat out there tending sheep and learning humility and things that God wanted him to know. And then one day he was walking in the desert and saw a burning bush, and God beckoned him and told him what the next step was. The great prophet Samuel was just a child when God called out to him 3 times, and he didn't understand, didn't know it was God's voice, had to go to the man of God, Eli. And Eli told him, That's God speaking. Go back, tell him you're here, and listen to what he has to say. And then he knew what the next step was, and he became one of the greatest prophets of Israel's time. Maybe some of you have been wondering what's the next step. You know, maybe you finished college. Maybe you've just left a job. Maybe you've been just recently divorced. Maybe you're looking for a mate. There could be all kinds of things that you could be wondering about. There could be the next step. Um, my suggestion is just to be still. Psalms 46 says, Be still and know that I'm God. What I've learned to do in this season of my life is just to kind of be still and allow God to do what needs to be done. And sometimes it means complete silence. It means that He plants you in the ground, covers you up, and then you have to wait to sprout for what's next. Um, I'm praying that you that are confused, that are struggling, that are wondering what the next step is, will find that out. But you're going to find that out by being still and knowing that He's God, and He'll show you what the next step is. Don't get ahead of Him. Don't get behind Him. Don't give up on Him. All right? Hey, this is Mr. Willie, West Virginia. I love you, but more importantly, God loves you. Shalom.